everyone, it's Sharonda from Payroll Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing Cobra Kai Season 4, which will hit the Netflix streaming platform this Friday. So I'm letting you guys know this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but also stay tuned. I did have a chance to interview the entire cast of Cobra Kai, so I'll be getting that posted later today as well. But for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I liked about the series, what I didn't like about the series, and is it worth your time or not watching Cobra Kai Season 4 this Friday on Netflix. So going into some of the things that I loved about this season, and one of the things that I really appreciate about this overarching theme of Cobra Kai is learning from your past mistakes, and also that opportunity to actually be able to have second chances. And this time around for the season, I know most of the time is mainly the adults who are teaching the kids these valuable lessons, but I like that in this season, the kids kind of hit back at the adults. Like, you sit up here and preach all this stuff to us. Maybe it's time that you need to actually practice what you preach. And we kind of see this, especially between Johnny and Daniel, as they're continuing to butt heads, but in a different way after kind of some outside circumstances forces them to actually have to work together in some way, shape, or form. But I like how we're seeing that these lessons that these two were brought up on and how they're teaching these kids, how the kids are actually retaining these lessons, but also trying to help them see the error of their ways. Now, I also love the addition of Terry Silver in this season of Cobra Kai. I still love that the writers so effortlessly blend in what people grew up on with the original Karate Kid films and how they infused that for a new generation. And with his character, I didn't know what to actually expect. I didn't know what the relationship between him and Kreese were going to be, but as we actually learn more about the backstory of these characters, it does take you on like a different arc than what I necessarily had first imagined that it was going to be when I heard that his character was going to be introduced into this season. And also, too, speaking of that, there are some fun surprises that happen throughout the course of Season 4. I don't want to give anything away, but kind of some of the things that people have been asking for, it's like they kind of like, hey, you asked, we've delivered, okay? But I would have to say from the writing standpoint is what I was most excited about, because how the season actually ends up developing, like at times it seems pretty predictable, like, oh, okay, I know this is going to happen and the term is going to happen, okay, this is going to happen. But there was a lot of shots that happened towards the latter half of the season. Would I say all of them worked? Not all of them, but especially when we get to the actual All Valley tournament, that's when I was just like, oh my goodness, I was not expecting this, but I'm totally here for it. And I think a lot of people will be excited as they get into that part of the season, as you see some of how these storylines kind of unfold. I wasn't expecting it, but I was like, y'all did that, and I was very excited. But also, too, that the women got more of a chance to shine, as they have had in previous seasons, but especially as we get to learn more at the beef between Samantha and Tori, and really how all of that flowed out throughout the course of Season 4. I really liked how they handled that whole arc between those two, because I was kind of, I don't like when the girls be hating on the other girls. I was like, I just want all of us to be together, just come together and love one another. But I do like how they kind of had this big, like, climactic end for, kind of that story. Let me stop lying, because everybody gonna find reasons to be mad at somebody. You think they cool and they're not cool. But I like how they handled their storyline. Now, I do like that Hawk actually got a little bit more screen time, which I was really excited about, because I kind of felt like, okay, Hawk became this crazy character, but like Hawk was actually bullied, and what were we going to do with that? And so we actually get to see a little bit more character development from his character, and I love how they kind of y'all don't read too much into what I'm saying, but I like how they delve into his character a little bit deeper in this season as well. Now, I'm still very confused as how these kids are this bad, how y'all be fighting and don't nobody be saying nothing, like they be saying something, but the way they be talking in front of their parents, the way they be acting at school, I'd be like, so there's no discipline. There's a lack of discipline. Y'all doing all these teachings and these kids still talk the way they talk and behave the way they behave. I'm just very confused. I was very excited to see, I really love Robbie's character. Robbie has been through so much over the course of the past 4 seasons, and kind of where we find him at Season 4, he's like not necessarily in a dark place, but you can truly tell how everything that has happened in these past previous seasons, and really kind of extending from the broken relationship between him and his father, how it's led him down the path that we actually do find him in for season 4. I would say he's one of the best uses of actually fleshing out the character, and you're seeing this arc that Robbie has gone on, and especially as you see the lessons that he learned in season 4, I'm even more excited to see what they actually continue to do with his character. They do introduce some new people into this series. I like that they're still continuing to add a little bit more diversity into it as well, and also too showcasing that, hey, like, depending on the teacher that you have, even though you're learning how to defend and how to protect yourself, that if you're not being taught by the right person, how you can really be led down a dark path. And we see that with one of our characters throughout the course of this season as well. Now, even though I have so many good things to say about this season, and overall I had a really great time watching Cobra Kai, but one of the things that I didn't really care for is that there's so much going on that, I don't know, it almost felt like this season was like a filler season to me. Like, there are so many storylines that are happening, and even though there's craziness that happens towards the end, which I was excited about, it was kind of like, why are we introducing all these things if we're not going to come back to it later in the season? And also too, especially with Miguel's character, his character kind of gets set up for season 5, but I was just like, but there's so much more that we could have actually done with him in season 4. And even though Miguel is still very much present, because he's a very high presence, you know, in his dojo, and especially with everything that's happening between him and Johnny and Daniel, I felt like they were busy setting Miguel up for probably a really great season in season 5, that I felt that he was kind of underutilized in season 4. That could just be me. I know y'all let me know in the comment section below. Y'all get me together on how you felt about that. But I just wish that he would have had a little bit more to do, or that his decisions that his character has in this season, I wish it would have made a little bit more sense. But as they end season 4, it still makes me very, very much excited for season 5. And what I would tell you guys to do with you and your time for Cobra Kai season 4, go ahead and watch it. Get your entire life. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely say binge the previous 3 seasons to prepare for season 4. Everyone told me to go watch this series. I didn't know why everyone was hyping it up so much, but after I watched it, I think I watched it like last year or year before last over Christmas break, and I got my entire life. So I don't think you can go watch the other Karate Kid movies, but they do a really great job of using flashbacks for people who like, do I need to go watch all the other Karate Kids? You don't need to. They'll catch you up on it, but I would definitely say Cobra Kai season 4 is worth watching. But those are my thoughts on Cobra Kai season 4. As always, my name is Sharonda from Pure Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye!